guys, it's Dana Alexander here with Prestige Dog Grooming School and the Everyday Pet Groomer. Today I'm going to be showing you how to deal with this silky, wispy type of hair. I've done a 3/4 inch with the grain on this body and I've come mid-thigh. Now I'm going to show you how I like to deal with legs. I do not clip these legs. I always opt to scissor them because as soon as you start layering this too much, these legs look horrendous. So I'm using an anti-static spray and I'm going to only shape this foot lightly, very, very lightly with care with my thinning shears. I'm not going to come in and take this foot too tight. I am going right to the nail, but very, very lightly and cautiously, almost a wider round foot. I find the more you take off, the worse this looks. I'm going to clear the bottom. I've already done the paw pads, but I'm just going to lightly touch up the edges with a curved shear or a straight shear. But again, very, very lightly, not coming too far up. I find the less is more with this kind of hair. Now I'm going to be using a fine comb. I believe this is an Andis comb. Or it could be Chris Christensen. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But it's a very fine comb. With this kind of hair, a fine comb is absolutely necessary. And I'm coming out from underneath and pulling it out from the top, adding a light mist before I scissor. You see how that added weight to the hair, just that little bit of mist. And now notice I am scissoring with a thinning shear from looking at the back of her. And I'm scissoring down. I'm using the comb tooth part of my thinning shear down. I'm training the hair to lay this way. So if you noticed before we even scissored, her hair was already laying quite nicely. And that is because I've done this on a consistent basis. So I'm wrapping this hair around just lightly. So I'm just looking at from the rear and I'm just wrapping everything around that is sticking out oddly. Get that comb in very slowly. That's in real time, guys. That's how slowly I actually comb this hair in real time. So how you comb is absolutely vital to scissor work. Now I'm going to come to the back here and the exact same thing. I'm going to comb out this little hawk area and get that all combed out. And again, see how slowly the combing needs to be so that the hair is actually out where you want it. A little bit of mist is going to add that weight that I need to hold it in place. And then again, I'm just going to come down at the angle. And notice I'm not scissoring in one spot with my thinning shears like that. I'm pulling the hair. So pull the hair where you want it to go. That honestly helps train that hair to go where you like. So you can see how well this is all starting to come together. And less is absolutely more with this kind of hair. The more you go into this kind of hair, the more you're going to have to do. And then it ends up looking shorter on the legs than even the body. So now I'm coming to the inside of her hawk. I'm doing the exact same thing. Bit of mist. And again, I'm going to the side and pulling the hair down the way I would like it to wrap down. So you can see this is just going to help this hair lay just perfectly. So now on the inside of her leg, I like to comb out. And this is the inside, but the front of the leg. And I'm just doing the same thing, making sure I'm cleaning that whole line up, just down. And again, pulling with the comb tooth part of my thinning shear at the top. So pulling it down. Now that I've done all of that, I'm just going to comb out, see how everything looks. And I'm just going to add a bit of mist. Comb out the front. And I'm just going to add one little line coming down the front. Just making sure nothing's overgrown and is just a little bit sharper look down to the toes. That's just going to finish off my leg here and make it look really nice, touching up anything that I don't like. And that's just getting that leg to look super nice and natural, but groomed. Now I'm doing the same thing on the rear. And I did take the rear and mid thigh down with my guard comb that I did the body. And I'm just following the shape of her little bum and just wrapping around and making sure that that's nice and tight. I like it tight on the rear end, and so do these owners. So I'm just checking everything here. And once I'm happy with it, then we're good to go. And this is how I always deal with this kind of hair. Less is more. I am Jan Alexander, and I invite you to join our Facebook group, The Everyday Pet Groomer, with Prestige Dog Grooming School, and stay fiercely passionate.